What's the motherfucking deal? What's going on? Um, Welcome to the den. What's happening? Again, what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. If you're not familiar with the den is a conversation, a community, a group of people. I guess that would be a community. I don't know, but where your opinions are welcome, uncensored, unrestricted. You know, you're allowed to speak how you want to feel. We're all friends of the den, whether you agree or disagree with the topic at hand. And tonight's topic, we will be discussing body augmentation. So it's not just the fake butts, not just the fake breasts, not just all that. We're going to talk about not just the ladies. We're going to talk about dudes too, because man, there is a lot of shenanigans going on with guys who are out here getting fake muscles and fake calves, and I'm pretty sure all other kinds of fakery. So we're going to discuss all of that tonight. We're going to discuss what type of people would engage in such behaviors, what type of person is attracted to people who engage in such behaviors. So we're going to get on that, and before we get on any of that, we gotta see which friends of the den are joining us this evening. Show a little bit of love, and then we're gonna talk about it, man. So first, I apologize for, that's actually pretty cool, the slight tardiness. Had to reset some stuff. It got froze up on me there for a second, so I had to reset some things and get it all back in order. Let's see. Ashmael, what's the motherfucking deal? Okay, I think this is my first time in the den. I don't know if you've been in the den before. T'Challa, Mr. Rabbit 335, what's the motherfucking deal? Give me a still kind of acting up. Kahau MC, Balin, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Make sure I ain't skipping nobody. I get you, Mr. Rabbit? If I did, well, I got you now. Mello, what's the motherfucking deal? Make sure you hit that bitch 2 times for your boy. Danny, good to see you. But yeah, that's definitely a weird flex if you get fake muscles. But like I say, man, we're gonna talk about. See, look, I ain't even put my hat on. Ain't that a bitch? I'm supposed to be representing the brand. But anyway, y'all know what it is. Fakeness. I mean, fakeness. The whole shit is fake. And again, like I say, it's not just the women folk. Because when you talk about body augmentation, you talk about breast augmentation. And breast implants and augmentation are generally different. Like, generally when you're talking about breast augmentation, that's more so women who have like large breasts, and then they go and get them, restructured and all that shit. And that's neither here nor there. But you have, women who have smaller breasts and they go get implants and things of that nature. Now, here's my thing, and I'm opposed to surgery unless it's like some really just abnormal shit you got going on. You got a fucking growth coming out of your face or some shit like that, and you need to get that fixed. And maybe if it left a scar, you need to go get that fixed. Or if you got like maybe if you had like a breast cancer or something, and you kind of had to cut one of them off and you want to get it restored or some shit like that, maybe something. I mean, in one of those type of situations. I don't know anybody about ass cheek cancer or something like that. I don't think that's a thing. It might be. Who knows? Everything got a cancer now. You get big toe cancer nowadays. But ultimately, my thing is I'm generally opposed to the surgery unless it's just necessary, unless it's just absolutely needed, which the majority of time, I mean, like 95% of the time, it's not needed. It's just somebody who's feeling insecure with themselves, and these again my personal opinions, feel insecure with themselves and they want to go, do this or do that. Because sometimes I see some of these breast surgeries, or sometimes you don't have to see the actual breast, exposed. You can tell. Because what happens is women who get like fucking implants and shit like that, they be always trying to show off them little fucking hard titties. You know, the thing is, like, the ones that kill me are the ones who get the surgery. And, you know, like, here's the thing. We're just throwing it. You know, we're going to talk shit in the den. Why is it always, it's like always the skinny chicks that get breast implants. You never seen, like, fat girls get breast implants. And, I mean, I'm not saying, well, you know, well, fat girls got big titties. Not all of them. Some of them don't. Okay, some of them just didn't luck out. The fat went everywhere else but the titty. But my thing, yeah, get surgery to talk, and yeah, that's my thing, because like I said, I know some people, and again, and if we want to throw it all in there, we could talk about the lipos, and we can talk about the gastric bypasses and all that shit like that. You know, we can lump that in there too, because I've known some people who have gone and got liposuction and then, you know, got all these other surgeries, and all of a sudden they're fitness gurus, you know. So there's that. But that's how it's discriminating. These are purely facts. I've not insulted anybody. I'm just pointing out the fact. But it's always the skinny girls who, you know, may have feel that they didn't get lucky in that department, who tend to be the ones that go and get the implants, if you will. Not necessarily the reductions, but they go and get the implants, and the implants, they want to go, I guess, a couple of sizes too big, instead of just saying, hey, you know what, I'm not necessarily happy with what I got. Let me just bump it up just a little bit. Bump it up. Yes, I did say that. But let me bump it up just a little bit. They always want to go for some fucking D cups or some other cups or some shit that just looks terrible. You know, like, at least make it look like it could have been natural. When you start just going overboard with it, and again, you get that little fucking space in between, you know what I mean? That shit, go big or go. that shit is what makes it look terrible. Look like a fucking bowling alley between your breasts and shit, you know, just this fucking, that ain't natural. Motherfuckers know that. But again, there's a lot of dudes who like the fake tits, I guess. I don't know what it is. Look, give me some real shit. This shit ain't got to be all perky and whatever. Look, let me know you done been through some shit. The titties done been through some things. But, you know, but at the same time with the other situation, and I know that, you know, some women say the big tits make their backs hurt and all this other shit. And I'll be trying to figure out how that works, because, again, like I say, the little skinny bitches go get the fucking big titties and they never complain about their back. Maybe they just deal with the pain. But what's the motherfucking deal, Jay Dizzle? But again, like I say, you know, sometimes the breast augmentations, you know, for the reduction, sometimes they can look a little weird, because what they do with that is, like, they fucking shrink them down. I guess they try to round them out, and then they take the nipple off and fucking like replace it. And I've seen some of those firsthand. And sometimes you just maybe stick with what you had. You know, sometimes you're better off with what you had. Sometimes the motherfuckers, like, they try to make them too round and try to make the areola look all round and shit. Shit look like a little pepperoni and shit. You know, it is what it is, though. But yeah, I'm in the flat screen now. I upgraded. You know what I'm saying? I was in the old school then. I linked up with Man Up yesterday, so look, I'm in the Samsung. I got the name brand tonight. You know, I'm gonna go back to the old school eventually. But again, you know, like I say, it's people's choice, because it's your body, it's your choice. You do what you want to do. Okay, you do how you feel. But I'm just saying that sometimes, you know, you're better off how you are than going and, you know, like I say, doing some old extra shit. Now, I can say if something was wrong and something that needs to be corrected, I can understand that. But I mean, worth it in the sense of, you may think that you're improving your look, but in reality, you're not doing anything different. So you put yourself at risk for some type of surgery or something that isn't going to really change anything. Now, with breast implants, I understand it's different, because men love fucking titties. It just is what it is. And so women who probably, and I have a feeling like the women who go and do this are probably like around a lot of other women who have bigger breasts, and they see the attention that the bigger breasted friends or whatever get that they may not get. So they figure, hey, well, I'm gonna go and get me some. But again, It is what it is. But is it truly feeling happier? Like, is it, and that's what I want to get to. Like, is it really you that is feeling happy? Because again, if people are loving you only because you went and got some fake breasts, then they like the fakest part of you is what attracts them to you. Is that really you? You know what I'm saying? Again, we can talk about the ass implants and shit like that too, you know, because I think that shit is disgusting. As you know, this Black China is on the thing. I think she's probably one of the most disgusting fucking ass implants in the world. And to me, it's so terrible because it be the fucking, it's really the skinny bitches. It's the skinny motherfuckers who want to go get all this other shit. Like, I remember when it wasn't cool, when it used to be not be cool to be thick. You know what I mean? And now everybody want to be fake thick. Everybody want to be, you know, some other bullshit that, you know, that really doesn't matter. What did you? I'll get back to that in a second. Especially since society mocks unattractive people, but who gives a damn what society thinks? Because again, that's a lot of other people who are less than confident with themselves are the ones cracking the most jokes. It's always the ugliest motherfuckers cracking the most jokes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did you ban Balin because you got beat in a den scuffle? We'll have to talk about that. But anywho, you know, you say men like ass the young ones, but old men like to. I guess old men want to go back to their young days when they were breasting, breastfeeding, and I don't know. I think old men like ass nowadays too. They like all of it. You know, I think you know, it is what it is. But hold on, you know, look. Hold on, you know, I be trying not to start no smoke. Remember what happened last time, man? You know, look, I don't be out here beefing, man. I just be cooling, man. But and so you look at it and you wonder, you is it really worth the attention you're getting? I didn't think Jay Dills, he brought a pistol. He was trying to shoot a nigga on the low. But like, is it really worth it? If it's not you, the real you that's getting the attention, is it like bait to a fish? You know, well, I'll use these fake assets to attract some attention and then maybe they'll like me for who I am. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they'll like me for some other reason. But you say, so if you like fine ass women, but that person isn't in their league, that person needs to get on a level. What does that mean? No, that's terrible. There's no such thing as leagues. And again, that's that's the deception now. Compatibility may be a thing, but there are no leagues. You know, I've seen some offbeat looking motherfuckers who have been able to pull some very attractive women. I've seen some very unattractive women who have been with well-to-do men, and you wonder how or what it is or what it took. You know, it just, again, it's all about confidence in self. Now, if you got to use these tools and assets to build confidence in yourself, cool, fine, dandy, awesome, great. But ultimately, again, like I say, a lot of people are using these things as an unstable platform to build confidence on, because you get a lot of these women go get these ass implants, they go get these breast implants, and a lot of women, especially back in the day when that shit found out to be poisonous or the fucking implant is leaking, you got these women who were so desperate to have some ass, they letting fucking trannies inject them with fucking silicone and fucking shit from fucking Home Depot. There was a story about that a while back. And say someone else attractive would rather fuck an ugly dude over a wealthy attractive. How many motherfuckers are just attractive and wealthy have it all? Most of the motherfuckers, it's like there's give and take in this world, okay? And so the majority of motherfuckers, yeah, you're gonna have, once you get to a certain level of wealth, then you could work on your attractiveness. But 9 times out of 10, if you're, and we're talking about uber wealthy, we're talking about super wealthy, most of those guys are starting off, they're dedicated to whatever it is that is making them money. So they're not necessarily hitting the gym up like that. They're not doing all these, they either got one or the other. Motherfucker got time to work on his body and he making a little money, or motherfucker's making a bunch of money and don't give a fuck about his body and he's fat and sloppy. You know what I'm saying? The majority is, it ain't no, you need money to get the shit, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It does matter. But think about it. Why are all these bitches flying all over? If that was the case, let's be realistic. Let's be super realistic. Why are these Instagram models? We know they ain't got money like that. You know why they're not taking pictures with the niggas that they flying out to go see and they taking all of them? Because them motherfuckers are fat and sloppy sugar daddies. You know what I'm saying? And they probably nasty, hairy, probably from some country I don't even know how to pronounce, and all that other shit. They ain't got time to work out. They don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, motherfuckers don't give a fuck about that bullshit. Like, they because once a motherfucker gets to a certain level of money and he knows that he can buy the pussy, what the fuck am I work out for? I can go buy this bitch. I'm not finna fucking go and you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to work out. What I need to work out for? I eat good. I do what I want to. I buy a bitch if I want to. I'm not going to work out to impress this though, because all she wants is the money. Anyway, why does she get to have the best of both worlds? Why I got to work out and look good and give her the money when all she's bringing to the table is good looks? So the motherfuckers don't care about no shit like that. So, I mean, it's just, you got to look at it. Now, like I say, there are some people who care more about it. They care more about their physical appearance and their financial health. And so they do go and achieve both of that. But overwhelming majority of motherfuckers, let's be honest, think about the richest motherfuckers out there in the game right now. Your Warren Buffetts. I don't think he was ever that fit. The Zuckerbergs. Zuckerberg don't look like he's in that great a shape. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's not healthy, but he's not some big super attractive dude that mother hoes is chasing after. Who else? Think about who else is up there? Fucking Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers who got the most money in the world are not anywhere near that category. So again, like I say, some motherfuckers who may have some money and they may work out and do some other shit, but the motherfuckers who getting the money, they're not worried about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z looked like a motherfucking camel. You know what I'm saying? That nigga ain't working out. That nigga afraid to ride a jet ski and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we say Bill Gates jumped over a chair. I've never seen it. Exactly. Once you have money, women don't give a fuck about none of the rest of that shit. Look, I'm telling you, it's these. Look, if a bitch think you got some money or know you got some money, the rest of that shit don't matter. Everything else is a bonus benefit. Now, attractiveness can work on the same level for you. So like I say, either or, but it just depends on the situations. But my thing is, again, like I tell you though, but it's men doing it. I don't know if y'all seen that dude with all the fucking fake muscles. That motherfucker looks like, and the muscles look like shit because ain't no veins, ain't no nothing to it, just big fucking inflation. And the motherfucker walking around with a bunch of lumps on his body. You know what I mean? Exactly. It ain't too many of them. And again, the thing about it, the only way that situation is placed. What's up, Charlotte? Fantastic. Good to see you. The only way you see that situation is if the nigga has been down with that broad from day one and they came up together. But if it's a man who started out on his own and he got all his money on his own, then he's gonna go buy a bitch and he gonna fucking, those kind of dudes want trophy wives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, yeah, they call that Mello, they call that the baller belly, the gangster gut, the baller belly. You know what I'm saying? So when you eating good, you know, you getting it in, shit. You know, you gonna get a little gut. You know what I'm saying? You say you work out and you got what to see, and you came up with your wife, and that's what happens, and that's what I'm saying. And like I say, you know, and that's what happens a lot of time. And the thing about it is, you know, you got to understand circumstances and scenarios, and you got to look deeper into certain situations, because sometimes, you know, like I say, you know, sometimes there's always the anomaly, there's always the difference, but the majority of the time you can usually tell how things end up working out. But again, like I say, you got motherfuckers out here getting fake abs. You got motherfuckers out here getting fake calves. You're getting fake biceps. They got fucking pec implants. I mean, so there's a lot of niggas out here with the fake muscles. You know what I mean? And the fucked up part about it is, look, motherfuckers looking swole. You look dumb. Nigga don't ever go to the gym, but he swole like a motherfucker for some reason. Like, nigga, I ain't never seen you. You ain't never hit the motherfucking 24. You ain't never hit the Planet Fitness, man. I ain't even seen you slide through a fitness connection, man. Look, you know what I'm saying? Where you getting this shit at? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker lift by 135 pounds on the motherfucking bench press. But this motherfucker diesel, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's all this shit is these are things, man. Like it's crazy. Lazy fab when a woman get fat. Yes, the fat ass bitch. Now BB, look again, like we say, BBW's all right. I ain't got no problem with BBWs. But it's when you get to fab status that we gotta that's when you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? We need wherever old Cushington is, we need Cushington to call in and then talk about that fab status. But yeah, man. You niggas eat free world steak and shrimp. You already know. Man, if that ain't the greatest motherfucking album ever put out. But you youngsters don't know nothing about that. You youngsters in here talking about some fucking Lil Pump or some shit. And matter of fact, talking about and this is what I say about fake confidence. And let's use Black China for a reference. This bitch is super insecure. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna tell you why. So she went from fucking with the little Kardashian dude. Again, got money. She's not that attractive in my opinion, but whatever, you know. Fucking with the Kardashian dude. So she's supposed to be this celebrity now and all this other stuff. She's supposed to be on this level. But then she go to fucking with a lot of these little old unknown, no name rappers. Having a nice body does not make you more sexually appealing. Because, well, I saw the sex tape. I don't know about the rest of y'all. But if that wasn't the worst fucking sex tape I've ever seen in my goddamn life, it's just like, she is terrible. Like, look, I done seen some bitches do some freaky shit, okay? Licking a knee is not in the category of freaky shit. So, so you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, are you challenging the nigga who ain't even been here? That's wild. But again, like I say, you know, the thing about it is, like I say, you know, it doesn't mean anything. It's more important to build up actual skills. Because I think my point was she was fucking with one of them little YBN niggas, I think, and starting fights in the fucking park trying to throw a baby stroller at people. And then now she fucking with the dude who swears he's a clone or something. And the fucking thing about that is, like that dude ain't got no money. He's a SoundCloud rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's a SoundCloud dude. You know what I'm talking about? And so he's like, that nigga's like a nobody. And so my thing is, and man, hell no. Look, my dick couldn't even get hard at that shit. I seen that shit, my shit went soft. Got the turtle head. That shit was terrible. Fucking, I don't like fakery though. Like fakery does nothing for me. That shit is a turn off. Hard ass butt cheeks, fucking legs be fucking little, fucking looking like some old bowling pins and shit. Bitches be having little bitty skinny ass legs and just have a big ass fucking ass, and the shit just look lumpy because them hoes think that's gonna be credible enough for them to get it. Like, they don't work it out, don't try to tone it, don't try to do nothing with it. Like, I give old gal credit. Her shit fake as fuck, but at least she work out and try to make it look like something. What's his name, old lady? And she was fucking around on him too. Ice-T. Ice-T motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is hustling. How she hustling? I don't know if she hustling. She hoe hustling, but like not even a hoe hustle. A hoe hustle in the sense of a old weak ass hustle, because you fucking with rappers that's irrelevant. Like, so no, not the Kardashian, the Ice-T old lady, Coco, yeah, and but she actually be in that motherfucker trying to work that bitch out. She be on a little surf machine trying to surf and shit. You know, at least make it look like some shit. You know, actually add some of your own ass to the fake ass to try to make it look like something. And I'm not saying that I encourage that behavior either, but, you know, at least fucking work it out. I remember hearing a story. This was about 3 years back. This bitch had got a fucking big old, and that's why I say bitches be doing the most shit. Like, you know, there was like a trend of goofy ass hoes going and working out and squatting and shit, but wearing high heels. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Man, look, Ice-T said he had an album. Ice-T said he got a deal by saying he had an album that he didn't even make. So I ain't believing shit Ice-T say. You know what I'm saying? So even if that story was true, he's a liar. K-Camp. I ain't heard that name in a couple of years. That nigga had like 2 songs and that shit. That was the last I heard of him. But what does that mean? How does she know what she's doing if she's extra? That don't mean, like, have you been to a strip club, Ed Man? Especially like any strip club, really. Just because a bitch is a stripper, that don't really mean. I've seen some, and I'm not even talking about BBW or anything. I've seen some strippers that they my hoes will hire anybody. You know what I'm saying? Now, some top notch ones, you know, ain't no anybody gonna get in. But I done been to some where I done seen some of the worst stripping. And like I say, if Shaq Kush or Baker Man pull up, I'll have them share the story with y'all. But I seen the worst. This bitch look like a librarian, my nigga. Like on some real shit. As soon as I see Baker Man pull up, I'm glad you pull up. Baker Man. As soon, look, speaking of the devil, I was just mentioning. I say if you or Shaq Kush pulled up, we was gonna talk about the stripper bitch that looked like a librarian. You know, we went to the spot that time. We had turned the spot out. You know what I'm saying? That bitch was dancing all slow, like it was an upbeat song. This bitch. Like, I'm like, is this bitch on bars? Like, what is going on? This bitch ain't had no moves. She ain't had no motherfucking twerk or nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? That bitch was on some other shit. Then the next bitch come on stage. This hoe like hopped on the ceiling and did the Spider-Man. So it was like, it was it was two opposite ends of the spectrum. But, you know, but my thing is, like I say, so just because a bitch say she was a stripper, that don't really mean too much of nothing. You know what I mean? But, let's say over the top bitch. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's the definition of a Kenneth. They could replace simple Kenneth. Yeah, Safari got the hair play. Yeah, man, that's a old girl was airing him out bad when she was mad because Travis Scott had a better selling album than she did, so she just got mad and started hating on everybody. And she put that boy Tiger out there too, and she was like, "Well, he stayed there." Like, God damn, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitions come through like a charm, babe. But like I say though, my thing is this though, you know, you gotta fucking Eastside, what's the motherfucking deal? But like I say, you know, you gotta understand that just cause she's a stripper, that don't mean shit. Cause shit, like you seen a lot of these hoes that were strippers, they ain't really had no moves. You seen Cardi B stripper, she wasn't really doing too much of nothing. Niggas just like a bitch cause she light skinned. It's not all that attractive. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like all these augmentation, all this fakery, and niggas just fall in love with that shit. So shouldn't strippers get plastic surgery? No, they should find a fucking another alternative occupation. Goddamn, like don't make stripping your motherfucking life. Don't alter your body to fucking be a stripper for a little while. Find another gig. You know what I'm saying? Go read a couple of books. Go find another gig. Go do some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like don't. Well, I'm gonna commit myself to this stripper life, so I'm gonna get my ass injected and fucking infected and fucking my fucking shit start getting gangrene and shit like that, and your fucking ass cheeks start deteriorating. You know what I'm saying? And it's like cardiovascular bronchitis. That's fucking hilarious because they do be calling it whole cardiovascular. But again, like I say, you know, there are alternatives. Like, I'm gonna risk my body to go and fucking, you know, be in this career because I want to get attention and money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the lick, man. That's not it. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way to make it shake. So again, you know, I just feel like augmentations, period. Like I say, don't be a fake muscle motherfuckers and a motherfucker challenge your ass. Go ahead, let's hit these weights. What you got? What you really working out with? What you really got going on? And you over there pulling up some 15-pound fucking dumbbells trying to get some little hoe ass curls in and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's an incentive for strippers to get plastic surgery to get more money. Yeah, but don't be a fucking stripper. Like, or work out or appreciate the body you got, work it out, and you know what I'm saying, fucking just have a better body overall, not a fake body. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop all that extra shit. You know, that's my thing. Like, let's stop giving credit to fake shit, and this dudes, we need to stop encouraging the behavior, because me and y'all, we just as bad. Well, not we, because I don't encourage that behavior. But most men are just as bad by telling a bitch, oh, she look good because she got a fake ass, or, you know, some shit like that. Or, oh, this bitch bad, that booty. Like, you know, that shit is not what's up, man. It really isn't. I prefer all natural. Like I say, that shit ain't got to be perfect. But I'd rather a broad who's working on herself as opposed to a chick that's fully fake that will let me go to the doctor's office for a couple of hours and come back. This bitch got pouty lips. This bitch got some surgically implanted eyebrows and shit. That's another thing. I hate them fucking weird eyebrows. That shit bothers the fuck out of me. Like, I don't know where that trend started or where that shit came from, but I fucking hate that shit. But exactly though. But nothing easy is sustainable. You know, if it comes easy, it goes easy. That's what people got to understand. Like, you know, that's why, like, you know, motherfuckers, they be on the steroids and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit it's not what it is, man. And yeah, exactly. You could have some permanent results and you have a healthier lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? If you go in and get on the ground. Exactly. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to get noticeable results in the fucking gym. So if you put in work for 6 to 8 weeks, you will, I think they say you yourself, you'll notice it probably within the fifth or sixth week. And then, you know, people who haven't seen you in a while or whatever, they will see noticeable difference. You know what I'm saying? Before that, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's a lot of motherfuckers. It's a lot of people. The American way is the easy way. And we gonna take the shortcuts. And again, them shortcuts gonna get you cut short. You know what I mean? And so you gotta understand, man, Kenneth, shut your lying ass up. That's because you tricking off them gifts. Oh yeah, Kenneth, man, I appreciate you carrying my backpack. That's probably you might have though, Kenneth, because you've been carrying all them motherfucking backpacks and shit, you know, all them books and shit is heavier than a bitch, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you might have gotten swole. It might be like, shit, and they been carrying backpacks for half the hoes in school, shit. Kenneth and got diesel on them hoes. You can carry 3, 4, 5 backpacks at a time now, you know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't lying to you. I'd fuck with that pre-workout. That pre-work will get you humming. That shit'll have your ass, you'll be in that bitch for you'll be in the motherfucking gym. Look, you ain't gonna leave. You'll hit a whole motherfucking 4-hour workout, that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta be careful with some of them hoes, baby. Them fucking pre-workouts to get you going, some of them hoes to get you over the top. So you know what it is. But nah, I don't know, fucking Kenneth. I ain't done a bench in a fucking long time, my nigga. Like, but I'm sure whatever it is, it's more than you. And a fight go with that, just cause. But now the funny thing about it, now look, let's keep it real though. Now some of these asses that be looking like some fakery, some of these motherfuckers have some of these hoes be having some real action. You know, some of these motherfuckers just have it in their genetics. You know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep another black for the dead. Ain't nobody worried about Kenneth. Kenneth just be talking shit. Kenneth's one of them niggas we was talking about the den last night who be hiding behind the digital wall. You know, and it was a great den last night. There wasn't no Kenneth in the den last night. It was excellent. Then this punk ass came to the mixer and fucked it all up. Everyone says it's bald. But my thing is, you know what I'm saying? You know, 245, man, I can knock out 245. I don't even think that's an issue right now. Like, honestly, I think I could knock it out. Even if I had, if we talk about one rep on something, I'm pretty sure easily I could knock out 245. Like, what's 240? 245 is what, 2 plates and a 10 on each side? Yeah, I can give you that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no, man, don't be expecting no grown man to do nothing. It's a lot of grown men can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So shit. But again, yeah. And that's the thing. You see all these motherfuckers go get fake and motherfuckers start telling them, oh, they beautiful. And you see these celebrities doing all this shit. And that's where it starts. And then you see all these other motherfuckers, well, they want to be like what they see on TV. They want to be like, you know, the representation on the screen. They want to be a part of that. They want that praise and that look and that all that other shit. And so they start going, they do it too. But, you know, it is what it is. But here's the deal. Give me 1 second. I should have had this set up beforehand. Excuse me. I'm belching and burping and shit. We're going to talk about it. We're going to open up the Denline here so y'all can get some calls in just a second. Let me make sure, let me get everything appropriately set up. Oh, yeah, we can do it like this. We can do it the easy way. All right, cool. But again, like I said, you know, we'll take some calls. I don't want to hear your thoughts, what y'all think, feel, how y'all vibe with the fakery. And again, but like I say, you know, my thing is this too, though. But if you're gonna go ahead and do it, who am I to say don't do it? Who am I to knock you for doing it? But I really don't think it's genuine confidence, because what you're getting people to be attracted to is an unreal part of you, a part of you that's fraudulent. And so you're having this false confidence. And if something ever went wrong with that, you're going to be feeling worse off than you started with, because then you fuck, like I say, when your ass cheek deteriorate, Motherfuckers gonna be told, well, what happened to that ass you used to have? You got the AIDS, or you own some shit, or what? They gonna be wondering what happened to you. You gonna have to come out and say, well, I got the fake ass, or motherfuckers gonna know you ain't never had no ass in the first place, or whatever it may be. And it just makes you look worse off, Or you have these motherfuckers who get addicted to surgery, and they just keep getting more and more and more, and the shit just looks ridiculous. You start looking like a clown. You start looking like, a sideshow, and that shit just looks crazy, man. That shit just looks crazy, man. So it is what it is. But it's like, could you do one to save your life? At 245, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, the 245, I don't think that's too much shit. If it was to save my life, we can put more than 245 on there. That ain't nothing. Would I ever allow Lady Honcho to get surgery? I would highly recommend against it. And eventually you do what you want to. I can't control nobody. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. But my thing is, ultimately, you have to yeah, that's why I had to stop fucking with the herb and the deal, because I used to be like, what is, we start talking about some other shit, forgot what the fuck I was talking about, and be on some old left field shit, you know what I'm saying? Be like, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Then start talking real crazy about some more real off the wall shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't for the youngins. So we gotta stick with the black so I can stay on track. But again, you know what I mean? You gotta motherfucking me make the decision for yourself. I would expect a simp ass nigga like Kenneth to go get some fake muscles and shit like that. Go get some old, what they call them, pec implants and shit. Go get a neck implant looking like the neck dude and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Kenneth's the type of nigga don't want to put the work in. You know what I mean? He one of them old, want to be a part of the crowd ass niggas, but don't want to put the work in. So, I'd expect a dude like that to think some shit like that is cool. But, again, like I say, when his arms explode, you know what I'm saying? When he in the middle of trying to flex for one of these old, he gonna be flexing for some bitch with a fake ass. His arm gonna explode. She gonna laugh at him. Her ass cheek gonna explode. They gonna fall in love, and they gonna be happily ever after. That's the type of broad Kennedy be chasing after. But call into the den. We're gonna open up the Denline. So if y'all want to call in, y'all got some thoughts on body augmentation. What are some of the most interesting things you've seen? Some of the worst things you've seen, either via the internet, real life, or whatever it may have been. Why do you think people like to get body augmentation? Do you think it really helps them deal with their insecurities? Or do you think that even with the body augmentation, they still struggle behind those insecurities because they know that they've gone and got fake body parts? And once it starts, where does it stop? If you implant one part of your body, why wouldn't you be implanting others and doing other things? Like, where does that stop? Is it oh man, I done seen the shit. I done seen the fake fucking man weaves and shit. That shit is ridiculous. Like, but my thing is, shit, a broad with a head, and I done seen some hoes, but I have, and that's the funny thing about it, because it's been a broad with a head full of weave gonna try to talk about a nigga, like, bitch, you can't say shit about a nigga, man. If that nigga want to get it, he fucking deceive you, he got the right to do so. Now, if you all natural, you know what I'm saying, you can talk all the shit you want to, but if you mad a nigga got a man weave, but you got in your hair, you need to check your double standards. You know what I'm saying? Because at least the nigga with the man weave getting the shit in the same texture and it look like his shit. He ain't going to get some old foreign ass shit looking like something that he ain't something that he ain't. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. You know what I mean? Oh man, yeah, get infected from a smack on the ass. You know what I'm saying? Look. Like that's me. Look at me. I'm a ass smack. I'm a slap the motherfucking ass cheek. Pow. If that bitch slap me back, then we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Look, hold on, wait. What's going on with this? It's supposed to be a little jiggle, a little wave here. This shit done got hard. This shit done trying to fight me back, trying to start an altercation and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the move. That's not what's supposed to happen here. It's supposed to be it's not supposed to be a reciprocal situation. Let me see what's going on here. Hold on, give me a second. I might have to hit I tend to have to do this sometime. Let me go ahead and let me reset this shit real quick, because for some reason, when I reset it, it'll work, but the other times it'd be tripping. But had our breast implants busted in the hockey game. And that's what I'm saying. Like, shit, what can you got to be all uber careful and shit. Nigga, look, can't even get that rough with them. Look, I'm trying to squeeze something. You know what I'm saying? If I got to be gentle because the shit gonna pop or bust or start leaking, and that ain't a situation I want to get into, man. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's you, Kenneth. The phone does not like you. Does not want to hear from you. I might got you blocked. Who knows? Who knows, man? Ain't no telling with Kenneth. Sometimes I'll be blocking Kenneth and forget I block his ass. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, man, you know, I think it's just a weird situation. But the funny thing about it is, apparently it's acceptable because there's so many porn stars, there are so many strippers, there are so many of these people who get them. And again, like I said, they're noticeably fake. They're obviously fake. Because let's be realistic, titties ain't gonna sit up like that. They look, especially if they that big. Gravity is a motherfucker. Bras are not that scientifically enhanced. They just make them sit up to look good. You know, they ain't really keeping them from doing what they do on their own time. So again, you know, it's just a situation where, let's see, I see somebody calling in. Give me a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Terrible music. Terrible. I don't even know what's going on. It's just terrible. Man, Kenny, look, your mama was supposed to bring me a chair and a desk. I ain't get my fucking Christmas present. Tell her Gary is upset. Let her know what I'm talking about. She'll know what I'm talking about. Gary is upset. What's the motherfucking deal? Who got called into the Denline this evening?
This is Kenneth.
Kenneth. What would you like to drop in the den this evening, Kenneth?
First of all, the question to you is, well, actually, two questions for you is, number one, when will you get a new chair?
Nigga, wasn't your mama supposed to bring me a chair for Christmas? She was supposed to bring me a chair and a desk. And like I said, tell her Gary is upset. She'll know what she'll know what you mean. So relay that message, and you know, she'll know what's going down. Now, what do you need to say?
Question number two is another question, and I'll get into what I gotta say. Question number two is, have you listened to that new 21 Savage album?
Yes, I have listened to the new. I've listened to the new 21 Savage album, and surprisingly, it's actually a decent album. Like, I went into it with the lowest of low expectations.
Honcho.
What? What do you want, ckin? Oh, well, we're hanging up on ckin anyway. He ain't talking about shit. But I did listen to the new 21 Savage album, and I went into it with very low expectations. But it was actually better than I thought. You know what I'm saying? To the A&T song. Oh, no. He did have a couple of little 3-6 Mafia samples in that bitch, so it was pretty. It was all right. It was an all right album. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What up, Honcho? This is Jay Dizzle.
Jay Dizzle, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight?
I got a question.
All right, what you got?
Do you think men ought to be able to sue women for false advertising?
Absolutely.
I think so too. Cause like, okay, you put all this shit on your face, and then when I bring you home, you don't look like that. Then you get mad at me for being turned off at that point.
Yeah.
What you mean? That's not you though. That's your representative, but that's not you. Come on, man. That shit ain't fair. It's not fair at all. They talk about, well, dudes do it too. What about when you lose your hairline? Bitch, that's just hair. That's one thing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Everything else is me. Is legit. All these pimples and shit I got, you can see that. The fucking stubble I got on my face, you can see that shit too. All I got is pushing my hairline forward a little bit. But other than that, I'm the same nigga.
Exactly.
98%.
Exactly.
Your whole face is different. You look like two completely different people. So you could miss me with that shit. That's all I had. I just want to know your opinion.
Already, Jay Dizzle, I appreciate it, and I definitely agree with you on that one, man.
All right.
Already. He ain't lying. I'm telling you, and I'm dead serious about it, because look, and that's why I say y'all got to be careful with these clubs and these shits like that, because you go out to the club, man, it be dark. You know, you be thinking you seeing one thing, it really be another thing. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
This is your friend Kenneth.
Kenneth, how are you doing this evening, Kenneth? Did you relay the message that I told you to relay?
No, and I would not be relating that message. But I'm gonna get on to the question that I got asked. So remember that one time? Well, not that. Remember a few weeks ago that I told you that I used the Dan topic for homework assignment in English class.
Yeah.
And you remember how it was a topic that it was like, give us a topic that you're passionate about, right?
Yeah.
And this girl decided this. Well, you could say she's a BBW. Yeah, she's a BBW. You could say, so she did this topic, right, about black women and fake hair, right?
Yeah.
And she said that black women shouldn't be ashamed to wear weave and this and that, and that black men and just men overall be clowning them for wearing their natural hair. And I'm like, they had me thinking, like, man, like, I don't know, like, I ain't like weave. I'm like, man. Like, should niggas be accepting females to wear weave? I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, man. Like, what do you think about that, dog? Like,
Kenneth.
What do you make of just overall black women just wearing weave?
Kenneth, can you hear me, Kenneth?
And their and little girls.
But I don't know. Can you hear me, Kenneth? I don't know if the audio is good. You probably can't hear. For some reason, Kenneth can't hear. Kenneth be having this shit on mute or something. First off, what I think about that is, Kenneth, shut your simp ass up. See, you already fallen victim to the situation. You already feeling sympathy for the simpery. I'm just thinking maybe she's right. Fuck that shit, my nigga. Like, it's a lack of confidence within self to start buying into that bullshit. Don't be buying into that fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit don't make sense. Because it ain't no nigga telling them to put all this extra bullshit. And half time be throwing fucking lopsided ass weave and they shit, cutting, fading they shit up and doing all this other shit. There are plenty of styles that you can wear with your natural. The reason why you get clowned with your natural hair is because you fucking been cutting the shit off since your mama's been cutting it off since they was fucking 2, and so they don't fucking ever get no growth. And then as soon as they get some growth, they fucking throw a chemical in the shit and fuck it all up. And it's like, what do you think a fucking perm does? Like, it don't make your shit. It's not making it straight. It ain't gonna ever be wavy and European and all that other shit. The shit is gonna be stiff and straight. And you throwing a bunch of gel and chemicals and a bunch of bullshit, and that's not the fucking way your hair is supposed to be. That's not what it was designed for. Like, so then you cut the shit off and it ain't never fucking really natural. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the Denline this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is Mr. Rabbit.
Mr. Rabbit, how you doing this evening, Mr. Rabbit? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
I wanted to speak on the topic.
All right, what you got?
Well, first off, and I'm going to speak from a male's perspective.
All right, what you got?
First off, if you get fake muscles, that just shows that you didn't try.
I'd agree.
And that you just took the short route.
I'd agree.
And you weren't really thinking, and you didn't want to. Well, yeah.
Hello?
Oh, I'm still here.
Are you over there doing the blunt?
Nah, I'm just playing.
No. What you got to say? So you're saying that you didn't really try. If you went and got fake muscles, you weren't really trying. And I can agree with that.
Yeah, because and that's what I'm going. That's what I'm going to assume. I mean, if you're just trying to do it for appearance reasons, then, well, that's your decision. But in the long run, I don't know how it's going to benefit you health wise, because I'm pretty sure that's not going to. It really doesn't do you as much good as when you actually do work out and you do the things that you're supposed to do in order to actually gain muscles, like eating healthy, actually lifting weights, like you said, going to the gym, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I agree with you, because that's the thing, you know, I'm going to be honest, you're going to get way more confidence from actually putting in the work, because there are tertiary benefits that come with putting in the actual work in the gym. The confidence level that you'll build from knowing that you started at a lower level, and the work that you've put in over an extended period of time to develop that growth, that muscle, and then knowing that it ain't fucking, there's a possibility of it leaking out on your motherfucking ass, or if somebody challenges your ass and actually tests your motherfucking ass, that you actually have the strength behind it besides just the look. And so again, yeah, you can do it for the confidence of appearance, but it's not going to be even remotely close to the same confidence that you would have by actually putting in the work and, you know, getting the strength or getting the muscle or whatever else it may be, you know, whatever the goal is behind it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And as for females, well, it's your decision, whatever you want. But for the fake boobs, I'm just saying, don't squeeze them too hard, because if you do squeeze them too hard, it's because one of my friends, I'm friends with like a lot of weird people, but they're pretty cool.
I believe.
He described them as like a balloon. Don't squeeze on them too hard, or like pop.
Well, I have no experience. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've had no experience.
You shouldn't have no experience.
With
you shouldn't have no experience.
What are you talking about? Hey, look, if I'm fucking with variety hoes in my day, you would think that I may have come across one or two, but no, I have not. I shouldn't have experience with them personally. No, that would be some weird shit. But no, I've never dealt with a woman with fake breasts, or as much as I've known. If so, well, they were quite crafty, and whoever did that work was damn good at it. But so I wouldn't know, man. Like I say, that's not something that's appealing to me. That's actually, it's a turn off to me. Like I like women for what they are. If you ain't got all the features, if you lacking something, but you confident in yourself and you know you do your thing, hey, do you, man, do you. But as far as going and doing all that, like I say, augmentating and accessorizing and implementation and all that other shit, like I'm not with that. That's not my bag. I'll say that for the next nigga. He can have all that shit. I'm cool on that one.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, I appreciate your call there, Mr. Rabbit, but I definitely agree with what you said there.
All right.
All right, cool. Appreciate it. But like we were saying, I mean, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like I say, you know, you can get all this fake confidence, but there is no real confidence like actually putting in the actual work for yourself to gain that. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Hello, hello. All righty. Well, call back, try again. He said, we believe we have no clue what we're talking about. Will inform us, educate us on what we're speaking on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
You got Miguel.
Miguel, what's the motherfucking deal, Miguel? What would you like to drop on the Denline this evening?
Okay. I'm just going off what this last dude said. Like, you know, with all this fake, you know, these people having fake implants and stuff like that, like, they're actually not trying to put in the work. Like, when things ain't going your way, like, what's the first thing motherfuckers want to do? Is quit.
Yeah.
You know, when shit ain't going their way, you know what I mean? That's the first thing people want to do is just quit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm with you. Shit. I want that real shit. I ain't got time for none of that fake shit, man. You know, I don't think you should feel insecure about yourself or anything, man. The way you are, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way, you know, that's the way you should be, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't need none of that fake shit, man.
And I agree, man. And that's what I say, man. Like, and again, it's all confidence building. And I think if you put in the work, working towards something is how you get the confidence. That's how you get the knowledge and the understanding and the real appreciation for it. And I think people they want to skip the process, and the process is what makes people, you know. And I think people just they want the end result. That's not it. It's not really it.
Yeah, and like I said, like that's the first, like, you know, when things ain't going the way, that's the first thing I want to do is quit. You know what I mean? Or probably find like a shortcut. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay,
that's all I got, man.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, Miguel.
All right, man.
Already. Shout out to Miguel. Say that the younger IG wannabe models doing this, but that's what I'm talking about, though, and that's part of it. Like I say, the risk factor. We were talking about, you know, the story where the tranny, she killed, he, whatever, killed a bunch of people, giving them fake ass silicone injections. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Hey, what's up, Honcho? This is Ernest.
Ernest, man. What's the motherfucking deal? What you want to drop in the den tonight?
Yeah, man. A couple things real quick. On the aspect of, you know, females not being, you know, let's say doing that extra stuff, man. Sometimes I think society send them double messages, bro. And a lot of images that a lot of women see when they go to the beauty store. Look at what they have as beauty on the outside the beauty store.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got straight hair everywhere. And this how they seen their whole life, from TV to going to the beauty shop to listening to these rappers. That's all they've seen. So in that regard, I kind of got to sympathize with them, bro, because they've been bombarded from every angle with straight hair in particular. Now, all the extra stuff, the injections, that's a whole nother animal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where I'm coming from, bro. If we had more men, bro, like, it's easy to point the finger at them, but we as the men, if we had more of us that appreciated real beauty, real natural beauty, and held not only ourselves, but our women and our daughters to that standard, then, you know what I'm saying, maybe things would be a little bit more on the up and up. But a lot of us encourage that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, you go to strip club, chick got on blonde hair, blue contacts, and you steady throwing dollars at her. So you really encouraging the behavior, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then wonder why they continue to do what they do. Now, this ain't a blanket statement, bro. I ain't saying this for everybody. I'm just speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the aspect of the injections and all that, bro, I think I agree with you. It's like it's a self-esteem issue, man. But what I can't wrap my mind around personally is, why do you care so much about what others think of you? That's what I can't get. You feel me? Because and to me, it just come back to your mindset. Like, bruh, you know how a lot of the poorest people want the most expensive things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But once you look at like rich people, you threw like some of the richest people out there earlier. Bro, look how they dress. They don't look like money, man.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the poorest people look like $1 million, but probably ain't even got a bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my point I'm making, Honcho, is that we got things backwards in society and in our culture to a degree. We want to idolize people with money, but at the same time, we don't really understand, you know what I'm saying, like how to navigate, you know what I'm saying? Because this is my personal perspective on it, is that the older I got, I realized, man, I'd rather look like I'm broke and have something in my bank account than look like money and really have nothing in my bank account. But that's a decision that I made. So anybody you can say what you want to say about me, but guess what, man? As long as my bills paid, food on the table, you know what I'm saying, savings account straight, why do I care about what anybody else have to say when you ain't contributing to nothing?
Exactly.
So if more women, in my opinion, had that mindset, I think things would be a little better. But unfortunately, that ain't the case. But that's what I got, Honcho. Appreciate it.
Man, Ernest, appreciate the call. As always, man, some good shit,
right,
man. Hey, man, Ernest on the needle with that one, man. And I agree. And you know what? And I can agree with him on that one. And this is why I say what I say. About when you talk about the national, how we get, forced to or women are kind of, bombarded with the long hair and the straight hair and all those things. And that's why I honestly take my time. Anytime I see if she don't look half cuckoo and crazy, or like she on some other shit or some weird shit, like I said, don't be trying to be, overly nothing with it. And I don't be trying to do, cross no boundaries. But if I see a woman and she's wearing natural hair, and whatever, I compliment them. I was like, hey, man, you know what? Your natural hair looks real good. Even if it's a little afro, hey, man, that looks good on you. Keep on. And you got to encourage them because, I've talked to several women who have made, as far as black women, I don't think white girls have a natural hair journey. I don't think that's a thing. But, it's a psychological issue. It really is a psychological issue. And I've talked to them. They just talk about, the mental pressure in making the switch, and it's so fucking crazy because it's like, damn, the mental pressure in being yourself, that's fucked up. Like, that not even, it's not just men though who are at, it's the other women. Oh, girl, they don't look good, or ain't no man gonna want that. And and when you're getting told you're doing something that's not improving your looks or whatever else it may be, it'll affect you. And so that's why I say I'm a person that's like, if I see somebody and I say, okay, hey, natural, hey, man, that looks good. Hey, keep doing your thing. Because, like I say, me personally, I love the natural. I find it's a beautiful thing. We talked about this 1,000 times over. Y'all already know how I feel about shit. But and you got to encourage it. I mean, you do, even if it's a stranger, you don't know who it is. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's Edmund.
Edmund, what's the motherfucking deal? Are you on a natural hair journey, Edmund?
Yeah. But anyway, you were speaking on strippers and how they don't want to get that natural body. But I feel like I look at it from the different perspective that most of these strippers or most of these hoes or prostitutes, they grew up in in rough backgrounds. So for them to get out of that, they have to pretty much sell their bodies somehow to find a means to even survive. I mean, I don't agree with what they do, but I think that that's the only way for them. That's the only way they know that they can pretty much get out of the situation that they're in. Okay. So that's why I understand that why these people get plastic surgeries, even though I think they know consciously that this will affect them and their bodies, but they still do it regardless because they see that's the best income that they can get at that point.
Okay. So currently, how many hoes are you pimping right now, Ed, man?
I mean, none.
Oh man, you gotta get your pimp game up, man. You gotta re-strengthen that pimp hand. No, but I understand where you're coming from, and it does make sense. And ultimately, when you're on the outside looking in, you don't know anybody's particular situation. And hey, you know what? You got to sell what the people want. If the people are wanting that look, they're wanting that appearance, and you're the product, then ultimately that's what you're going to do. But my thing is, I look at it like this, and again, like I say, it's easy to say it when you look at it from a different angle. Like I told you, when you in the game, whatever game it is that you playing, it's when you caught up in it, it's kind of hard to see the things. When the money's coming fast, it's hard to see other solutions, and it's hard to look at other stuff and say, man, I'm making good money here. Why am I gonna go change it up? And you get caught up in that lifestyle, you get caught up in that living. But ultimately, because I don't want to make excuses for people, because I mean, some of these motherfuckers make some damn good money, and then instead of investing, saving, and kind of like what Ernest was saying, instead of trying to look like something you're not, they tend to, like I said, they spend it, they try to look more lavish than whatever it is, and so they continue that cycle for themselves instead of really, you always hear the story about the stripper who's going to college and doing all that, which they're not, and it's unfortunate, but I understand what you're saying. I definitely get what you're talking about, and I guess there's two sides to the coin, and I can understand that aspect of it. So yeah, I agree with you what you're saying. I get it. I can dig it.
Yeah, I mean, especially since like you were saying, like college females like do porn videos and just to pay their tuitions, and I think it comes down to desperation, and people aren't patient enough to find another solution. So that's why people have to, I guess they panic and they decide, oh, if I get these boob job, then they'll pretty much guarantee me like this amount of money, and I won't have to worry about debt. And I think their way of thinking is, if I get this, then they see the benefits instead of the consequences, and they feel like the benefits outweigh the consequences. So.
Yeah, and I think that is why more people they're looking at maybe one side of it and saying, okay, hey, I'm in a hole. If I do this, then it'll be able to put me in a better situation, a better lifestyle, and ultimately you got to do what you got to do. Like I say that often. You got to do what you got to do to survive in this world. And again, if that's the path they choose, then I guess it works. But I mean, I think there's always alternatives. But the quick path isn't always the best path, and I'll tell that from past experiences, from myself. So, but I understand what you're saying. But I appreciate your call there, man.
I have one more question.
All right, what you got?
So if you were in a situation where this chick is asking for a loan to,
No.
I guess, improve herself,
No,
what would
no,
you do?
nada, no, sorry. I ain't got it, can't do it right now. See, the way my bank account works is, sorry, adios. Yeah, that. So, yeah, there you go, right there.
Not even if she promises, like, to be faithful or, you know, to give you...
I have to buy your loyalty? Like, I mean, what does it mean? Like, we'd have, it would,
I mean,
like...
even,
How many?
let's say she's like single, like she's a really attractive, fine woman, but she wants this loan to, I guess, to make her appearance even better. Would you still deny her immediately?
Yeah, absolutely. Look that looking good shit. That shit work on some motherfuckers, but that shit's not gonna float in my boat. Like I say, you know, your outer appearance is, and I say this often, is not that shit don't affect me because I look for what's inside of people. Like, I'm not a person who necessarily judges appearances. You know, you can't help how you look and all that other stuff. And again, like I say, you know, that shit ain't gonna, you know, the pouty faces and all that other shit, that shit ain't gonna fly with me. If it's not a legitimate business plan or a situation where I can see an outcome coming, and maybe we're talking about making an investment in something that I can, you know, put my name on. Let me go upgrade you to some D cups and a lip injection or some shit. That's not gonna shake. Nah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, that was all.
All right, appreciate the call, yeah, man.
I bet.
What? They go teach Oliver Tatum stop line data fab. A nice sweet fab. Look, I put a fab in the slab. What you talking about? I go date a fab in a cab. You know what I'm saying? Let her touch my ab. You notice I said ab, one ab, because I ain't got no abs. I only got one. But here's my thing, man. Like, honestly, it just ain't gonna happen. Not to go upgrade your looks because, you know, you're dealing with some level of insecurity. If she's already attractive, then she can make that shit work. But again, you know, Honcho says no, but there are, you know, look. He said, if you're ugly, look, you gotta use the imagination. You gotta motherfucking me start playing some games. Look, we gonna start role playing, baby. That's what that is. We gonna start role playing, right? And you gonna have to get creative or some shit. I don't know. But my thing is this though, man. You know, it's not about not helping somebody out in a bad situation. Again, if it's a legitimate situation, but just to go get some surgery or some shit like that, absolutely not. Not gonna happen. Not gonna shake. That's not the avenue that is going to happen. That just doesn't work. Like I had said some other stuff, but the fucking chat acting crazy, so I can't see something. I know. I think it ain't letting me go all the way back to some of the other older comments. But yeah, stop, because I think I seen Unique was talking about some things about and good evening, but she was saying something about the hair and people making their own choices and things of that nature. And here's my deal with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with making choices and being unique, no pun intended, about your appearance and things like that. But my deal is when it's the overwhelming, I mean, the overwhelming majority is doing the other and not being themselves. That's where I find the issues, man. Like, that's where it becomes a concern. And that's my issue. Like, it wouldn't be a deal if it was 50-50. You know, this was a new trend, and, you know, okay, hey, the new trend is, you know, well, black women, or they're starting to wear, you know, a different look. Okay, cool. You know, it's a new trend. Okay, I understand that. You know, I may not dig it necessarily, but they want to wear the weave or whatever. But when we're talking about, like, Asians, there's Asians who make their entire living off of the fact that they know that black women cannot go without weave. That's when I start getting that's when the concerns arise. When they know that, you know, I'm coming over here and set up a fucking weave shop in the hood, you know, and I'm gonna eat off these people, you know, that's when it becomes a problem. Like, we ain't tripping on this shit. We don't use this shit, but we're gonna sell it to them. Because we know they can't have, like, when motherfuckers are shooting each other for fucking weave. Motherfuckers, I remember there's a story a couple of years back. They had like a weave delivery service. Like, when motherfuckers treat that shit like dope, when motherfuckers are robbing the stores and shit like that, because they know that that fucking weave will sell like dope. You know what I mean? That's when you know it's not just about a look. It's not just about an appearance. It's about a mentality. And that's where I started having problems. And that's why, you know, I have no problem with people being individuals. Be who you want to be. You know, I encourage creativity. I encourage individuality. You know, start a new trend, be something new. But the fact that that's not what it is. You know, like I said, if you go to a club, again, I don't really do the club thing, man, and you can go to a club that say it has 500 people in it. Okay, so let's say it's ladies' night. So hopefully we have more women in there, but then ladies' night, that's when the sausage factory come out. So let's say it's 300 to 200. You know, 200 dudes and there, 300 women in there. You know, getting their free drinks and all that other stuff. Now, out of that 300 women, let's be realistic, man. If you are, and I mean, I'm just boosting up the odds, you may see 20 women in there wearing their real hair. And this is, you know, perms included and all this other stuff. Their real hair, just their actual hair. And then you talking about out of that 20 or so, you know, that are natural, it may be 4 or 5, you know, and this is their real hair with no extra, you know, additives or anything in there. So it might be 4 or 5. I mean, and this is, again, like I say, out of them. And so that's where I start saying that, this is where I start saying that's where there's a problem. Like I said, I have no problem with the other stuff. You know, if it was just creativity, it was just here and there, cool, whatever. But it's an epidemic. It's an overwhelming majority. I know people say, well, you know, to get into corporate America, I got to look like this, or to be here, I got to look like this. And trust me, I understand it. You know, you know, Lady Honcho, she's a natural. You know, she got the, you know, I convinced her to join Team Dreadlock. And let me tell you how kinky it gets with the dreadlocks. Hey, yo. But no, but seriously though, you know, and when she's gone and applied for gigs and things like that, you know, she threw the little wig on and stuff like that, you know, get the job, and then she go back, you know, she rocked the dreadlocks, and it's all kosher. It is what it is. I understand that. But the thing about it is, you know, the fact that it's not a permanent thing, you know, I'm not a super fan of having to do it, but I understand it. You know, get your foot in the door, you know, be able to show off yourself for your credentials and things like that. And then, you know, once you're in that door and look, motherfuckers, you know, y'all got to deal with me. It is what it is. Look, Kenneth, when your mama send my chair and send my desk, then I'll start taking your requests. Just relay the message. Gary is upset. He didn't get his gifts. Once you get that message out there, then we'll start talking about whatever the fuck you talking about. But he said, dude will solve it that robbed the beauty store. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, and again, that it's motherfuckers like, that's how, you know, it's like dope, man. Like, motherfuckers will pull a kick dough on the weave store, dog. Like, and that's where I start finding issues and stuff like that. But again, that's weave and stuff. That's not necessarily body augmentation. It's just, you know, accessorizing and alterations and things like that. But ultimately, don't be hating. Don't be hating. You know, ultimately, it's just that, you know, that's why I look at it the way that I do. If it wasn't such a big deal, I probably wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? If it wasn't such a big deal, I probably would not give a shit. But just the fact that it's an overwhelming majority of women. That's why I say I find it to be a thing. Because like I said, I tell you, I'm a fan of the natural. That's what gets my goat. As my grandpa used to say, boy, they're gonna get your goat there, boy. Let me see what you're talking about. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. What's like? What about the bitches that cut their tongue like a snake? Whew. Interesting. I've seen that. Interesting. Weird. Because, I mean, when you have to have regular conversation with that bitch, I mean, it's old Medusa ass bitch. But yeah, it might be some bomb head. It might be some scoliosis. It might be very intriguing. And why we not calling who a simp? Ed man, because he don't be carrying backpacks like you. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Fab, yeah, that's not the Urban Dictionary definition is not the same as the Den definition. You know, it was there was a video, but it's been, like I said, I didn't take them all down, but the Kush Den videos they're on lock. So there was a video where me and Shaq Kush had where we discussed the BBWs versus the Fabs. So, you know, it is what it is. No fork tongue, bro. That's what I said. Oh, excuse me. But again, like I say, you know, it is what it is, ultimately. But ultimately, people have to live with their decisions. And my opinion, and it's funny, like Ernest was talking about. As a matter of fact, I want to speak on those things real quick. Ultimately, who cares what anybody else thinks, right? And so the fact is, what does my opinion even matter? Again, I'm just, like I tell you, I'm just another nigga on the internet, man, talking my shit. So, you know, if I'm not paying for anything in these people's lives, I'm not doing anything. So what does my opinion matter? It doesn't. But the thing is that, man, I've seen women getting vicious and volatile behind that shit, you know, and where I talk about, you know, you ever watch any of these? I used to watch a lot of ghetto fight videos, not so much anymore, but when they get into a fight and that weave gets snatched off, bros don't even want to fight no more. The fight is over. It's like a game of fucking flag football, or, you know, when niggas used to put the to put the little thing on the shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Whoever knocked it off the shoulder got hold or whatever, you know. That's how it happened when the two bitches got some weave in their head in the fight, man. Oh, that's the first thing they attack, because the fight is over. Once the weave come off, she don't want to be in public. They run out, and it saddens me. Honestly, it makes me sad. So there's that. But the thing is, Ernest made a very valid point, and when he said when he said that we as men have to encourage the women to be themselves. And I stand by that wholeheartedly, because we don't. I told y'all, you know, a while back that I had a friend and she was going natural or whatever. And she had told me that her boyfriend told her for his birthday, he wanted her to perm her shit or get some weave in her head or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sometimes it do the smoke, sometimes it do the eat. Like, I don't know why sometimes the shit go back, because I was trying to change it, and sometimes it don't save when I fucking change the shit. And so, you know, maybe get smoke some pistachios. Some smoked pistachios taste good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's that new flavor of that herb. That's that new, see, y'all, I don't even know that when I start growing my own strain, when they finally legalize it in Texas, I start growing my own strain. It's going to be called, Wild's got a pistachio kush. They're going to be like, this shit tastes like pistachio. This shit is delicious. But again, man, you know, my thing is, again, like I said, we do have to encourage each other, you know, be confident in yourself. And I saw, you know, Unique said something about that the natural is hard to maintain, but I don't see it being any harder to maintain than, you know, some of these new styles. When I was watching Friday the other day, and old gal was, you know, she in the fucking thing sleeping like this, and, you know, trying to hold her shit up so it don't get messed up, or fucking, you know, having to wrap your head up with 50 different things, and, you know, and hot pressing and hot combing. And I seen a video, I don't know if it's still on my Twitter or not, but I retweeted it. And the chick was showing how she apply a wig, and she put on foundation and all this other stuff and all these different, I don't know what just happened right there, so apologize. And I don't know, look. What's the deal, Anthony James? What's the motherfucking deal? My fault if it yeah. Well, Jerry Curl, oh man. Look. Who did I know that just had a Jerry curl recently? Look, so there's still some few and far in between, man. They still around. The Jerry curl ain't all the way died out, man. There's still some OGs rocking the curls, man. But again, let your soul glow. But again, like I say, man, you know, but getting back to the body augmentation itself, and I kind of want to talk on the point that the point that before I want to talk about what Ernest said. And he says that the poorest people make the worst decisions. You know, we don't understand money, or that, you know, that we go out and try to emulate money. But the thing is that we're only impressing other motherfuckers who don't know shit about money. And that's the funny thing about it, man. You know, it's like, what's the saying goes, you know, a hungry nigga eat anything you feed him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of like that. So you got motherfuckers thinking you got money. Motherfucker been spending everything he had on, you know, some clothes and some gear or whatever, you know, a unit to go look fly one time in the club. You know, you'll fool a bunch of hoes with that. But it could be the same, or another nigga coming there looking, you know, normal and regular. But, you know, he got a bank account full while old buddy, you know, he on his last dime trying to pull a dime. Hey, yo. It might be dropping dimes, who knows? But, and the thing is, it's like, and that's the thing though, to a motherfucker who got some sense, they know that you foolish with your money. Like, I don't care how much you got. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he was talking about, you know, Bill Gates, like I talk about that photo often, the photo with Bill Gates and Zuckerberg. Talking about two of the wealthiest motherfuckers on the planet. No Gucci, no motherfucking Fendi, no Ferragamo, no Hermes, no belts with the big buckle. You know what I mean? Fucking Zuckerberg wears like the same shirt every day. You know what I mean? I don't think people really realize that. Like Buffett, exactly. Like, these motherfuckers ain't buying that dumb shit. For what? For that shit to instantly go down in value as soon as you bought it. You know what I'm saying? Then you mad because somebody bumped into you or stepped on it or whatever because you value it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go to a crowded place and get upset because motherfuckers in your space, just like any other situation, because you perceive it to be something that it's not. And fucking, it's dumb, man. And then motherfuckers sit here and say, you know, well, you know, and I'm not saying that issues don't go on, but you can't sit here and holler about, you know, on one hand, you know, impoverished in the system and all this other stuff, but you steadily feeding that shit because you don't know any better, because you think coming up means buying a fucking $400 belt, spending fucking $1,500 on a pair of shoes, or doing all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, shit don't make no sense, man. And so and that's why I talk about, you know, you got to learn, you got to understand that shit is dumb. Ain't nothing wrong with looking good, but you can look good for a lot cheaper than that. And the thing about, and they were talking about why Zuckerberg wears the same shirt, because he says he makes so many business decisions and he does so much, you know, decision making in a day. Like clothes is a decision that he doesn't want to fucking have to make a decision on, so he just wears the same shit. Got a closet full of the same fucking shit, so he ain't trying to decide on this or that. Wear the same fucking ass t-shirt, wear the same fucking ass pants, clothes, or whatever, shoes. But see, a motherfucker who don't know no better gonna try to clown y'all. This nigga broke. This nigga wearing the same shit. Man, look, as long as that shit clean, you know what I'm saying? As long as that shit clean, then fucking wear the shit. It don't even matter. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hello?
Hello. Kenneth.
Hello?
Hello, Kenneth.
Hello?
This nigga here. This nigga ain't got my desk anyway. I ain't even taking this nigga call. But I ain't heard the Calion song. But that's my thing though. Like, and that's why I say this what killed me about the rappers though. You know, and I like the music and all that other good shit. But you can't say, hey, we got to stop doing this, and this. But then in your song, oh nigga, you's a broke nigga. I got $1,000 shoes. I got $50,000 cars. This and this. But you's a broke nigga. And then because you infiltrating these young niggas' minds that, hey, you ain't got shit unless you go and blow it on a, you know, this. Or let's go blow 50,000 in a fucking club. You know, got niggas blowing their whole check, you know, that they need to be spending with their fucking family or whatever else they got going on. They done work the whole week or two or work just to go blow all their money on a hoe and put it a 5-minute dance or some shit. You know what I'm saying? With fake breasts, bring it all the way back to body augmentation. Bow, you know. And so, I hadn't heard that. Lorraine Hotel. No, let me jot that down in my notes. It's like I like Killer. I mean, I just don't really listen to a lot of Kylie. Like I like him. He can rap. He can fucking spit. I just don't really listen to a lot of him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I fuck with Nip. Y'all know I fuck with Nipsey super tough. You know what I'm saying? He big up his broad. He don't really be talking about a whole bunch of other hoes. He may talk about, you know, a little this, a little that, but he don't really be talking about other hoes like that. He talk about his old lady and, you know, what he do. And that's why I say I fuck with Nipsey, because he talk about building shit. You know, you may talk about having this and having that, but at the same time, he's talking about, man, fuck all that stupid shit, you know, about investing in the community, about starting businesses, about doing shit like that. And, you know, exactly, all money in, you know what I'm saying, no money out. Nipsey fucking, like I said, I was telling y'all the other day, he had motherfuckers buying $100 albums, you know what I'm saying? Quick thing, before we get ready to wrap it up and slide up out of here. I want to know how y'all feel about, because it was funny, the 21 Savage thing, speaking about LeBron, and this is what kills me about niggas, man, and like I said, I love my people, man, but we got to do so much better, and this should have been a topic, I guess should be a dedicated whole day into. We might talk about this tomorrow. We might focus more on this tomorrow, but they might get me shut down the way they try to shut down LeBron, but basically posted the lyric about getting Jewish money, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And so the thing about, he was talking about getting Jewish money, and then he got all kind of harassment for that. Do you realize you can't say shit about Jewish people or they will be in your motherfucking ass? I remember Ice Cube when he had the shit, when he said the shit about 21 Apollo. Oh, stop. Them motherfuckers, like, they trying to pull record deals now. Ain't that a bitch? That's why you got to get your own shit. That's why you got to have your own shit pop. Because I want to say Nipsey said something like so much of Jewish shit, but you ain't hear him apologize about no shit. I got to go find that lyric. But, man, that's what I say. When you're not in control of your shit, when you're not in control of your shit, because here's the thing, though. You say nigga, we can talk about killing niggas all day long. We can talk about shooting niggas in the face, killing their mama, doing this, that, and the third to their sister, brother, cousin, family, all this other shit. But you say, I'm getting Jewish money. I'm getting Jewish money. You know what I'm saying? Jewish money. Motherfuckers coming and get your ass. You can't say shit. They gonna shut your whole shit down. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy shit about it. Ain't even an insult. Well, that's a racial stereotype. Man, I wish the racial stereotype for black people was that motherfuckers had buddy. Goddamn. Like, you think I'm finna be complaining about, hell yeah, look, I'm in my, my golden pool as I swim in this melted gold flakes in the water, as I backstroke like Scrooge McDuck. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, man, that shit there wild. That's what I'm saying. Like, but you say something about Jewish money, or they got on Jay-Z for that shit, But the thing about it is, where they lying at? The niggas ain't, where is the lie at? But you say that shit, man. That's your motherfucking ass, Mr. Postman. And I say that's wild. But we'll talk about that another time. Yeah, I guess we can do some yeah, but niggas was, that shit wasn't jamming. That shit wasn't, that shit wasn't vibing. I ain't fuck with that, But again, motherfuckers was talking some real shit, but motherfuckers don't want to hear that real shit, though. What you got? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, this is Ernest again, Honcho.
Ernest, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den?
Yeah, I want to comment on that, what you just said about LeBron having apologized for that having Jewish money come in.
Yeah.
And a lot of people probably don't know, bro. This stuff go back to World War II when a lot of them Jewish people was in concentration camps, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they vowed to never let that happen again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
what I'm getting at is that's why when you hear somebody say, like you say, bro, it can be nothing, and they come with that anti-Semitism type stuff. You like for saying this, like, how's that anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
But again, they know their history so well, bro. and they history go back thousands of years, man, to where they understand that it starts from somebody saying something negative about you, and by you not even this don't apply to LeBron, but by you not containing it, nip it in the bud over the first comment. Nah, it done turned into something big, and you got a whole Hitler situation on your hand. But that's just one angle of dealing with the European Jews. Now, on another angle, they know, bruh. Like, you remember Busta Rhymes came out with that song, we getting Arab money?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody say nothing about that, you know? So why is it an issue when LeBron's talk about having Jewish money? Because they try to keep it on the low, bruh. They don't want you to, they don't brag about that stuff. But, bruh, they control Hollywood. They control the music industry. They control the banking system. But guess what? It's not advertised, you know? Like, if you wouldn't just peep in games, you wouldn't even know. So it's just crazy, bro. But, yeah, that's pretty much what I got, huh?
Really, man. Appreciate your call, Ernest. Always dropping some fire, man.
All right.
Already. And, like, that's what I say, and that's what he said. And like I say, you know, the fucking... And that's why I say motherfuckers gonna get them deals pulled. Motherfuckers gonna get them fucking advertisers pulled. Oh, you said you said what? Let me twist my little curl and think about how I'm going to ruin your career. I didn't say that. Don't come get me. Y'all don't come get me. I like my channel. Please let me make it. And it's funny, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's a couple of funny things that have happened tonight. Man, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Hell yeah, next day and Honcho apologizing for some shit. Man, it was funny, man, because I think I told a story earlier as I was talking about when Baker Man come in, we got to tell a strip club story, and Bob Baker Man slid through. I started talking about some Jewish stuff, Heidi pop up, and something else happened. I was saying something off the wall, and somebody popped up randomly. Just very interesting den this evening, so... Yeah, I'm gonna come back on the next day and ain't gonna be no Honcho hat on. It's gonna be one of them little, whatever them little shits is that they wear. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in there. So, I just want to say I apologize for what I said. Yarmulke, yeah, there you go. I'll be like, yes, happy Hanukkah. Yes. Me and Mama be on this bitch spinning a dreidel and shit. Let me stop before they really come cancel my motherfucking ass. Oh shit. I love everybody, man. I love everybody. I'm just having some fun, you know. Don't come get me. I don't want no problems. Yeah, man. Shout out to Ben, man. Ben was a cool dude, man. Cool dude. But I was telling him about the librarian stripper. The librarian stripper, the bitch, the worst stripper of all time. And then, you know, how the other bitch came through. She was hopping off the fucking walls and shit. But, so, yeah, you know, it is what it is. But, that bitch was terrible. She had like a couple of sets, man. That bitch had like 2 or 3 go rounds. That bitch was slow boogie. That bitch looked like she was on some oil or something. She was moving all slow, beat was fast. Like, did she realize she off beat like a motherfucker? I don't even think she tried. I think she just like slow grinded on that fucking pole like the whole time. Yeah, she wasn't super skinny. She wasn't super thick. She was just like an average female. So, you know, it is what it was. But here's the deal. We'll get a little mixer action tonight. I know y'all loving that Tomb Raider action. So, you know, we'll get a little den. We'll slide in the den here for a little, not a den, the mixer for a little bit, and we'll talk some shit on the mixer. Look, they gonna get me. Mixer account gonna be canceled. Den gonna be done. All sports gonna be over with. They gonna get me. They gonna take me all the way out. Not gonna tell Kenneth what time we going in because Kenneth come through the mixer. Everything, the audio started fucking up when Kenneth come through last night. Couldn't hear shit. Right, that shit was intense. I had to fight them fucking Jaguars. That shit was intense. Them motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie. Look, Tomb Raider got a couple of that shit'll catch your ass off guard like a motherfucker. Yeah, man, come through the mixer. Go down. We just be in there talking shit. It's about 11:40, so probably about 10, 15 minutes. We get set up, man, something to eat and shit like that. 12 at the latest. 12 at the latest. I should be in action by 12 o'clock on the mixer. So like I said, I'll be on that bitch talking shit. Kenneth, you're not welcome to fall through, but I'm sure you'll pop up anyway with your hating ass. Tell your mama, send my desk, or even if she don't want to send it, tell her she can, you can call in Office Depot or something like that, and I'll just go pick it up. You know what I'm talking about? So make sure she had it ready for your boy. Tell her Gary said to have the desk ready at the local Office Depot. She know where, she know the spot, she know everything. She already got the info, man. Don't even trip. But that's a bet, man. I appreciate all of y'all for coming through, man, and fucking with the den. I appreciate all the calls, man. Another good conversation. Again, like I said, whether you agree or disagree, we're all friends in the den. It's all about understanding perspectives. And I think, like I say, some of the calls tonight brought some good points for both sides, man. And so, we can't always look at it from our point of view. Sometimes we got to see, put the other shoe on sometimes. But it's all good. So with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Everybody except Kenneth. Nah, Kenneth all right too. But since y'all be kicking it with that nigga Kenneth, y'all ain't gots to go home. I'm inviting y'all to come to the Mixer, mixer.com/, HonchoSaucy, HonchoSaucy. But y'all got to get the fuck up out of here.